so that it doesn't become.
And for chair SRC, I would have person that has see many that
there's a lot, there's a big lesson. Hey, that are here with the two truths can be applied is that if you look at the whole scenario,
And I actually dissuaded you from giving your opinion.
we have students who are languishing out of the university who have one take situation.
And I
Faced
actually
so of that spirit of give and take.
and I
Faced
actually
so of that spirit of give and take, according to the agreements that have been done. Suggest given that
and
faced
Honorable Haro is a peace. He participated a lot in those arid and semi-arid areas. So constantly offer has been offered. Yes. I want constantly.
Thank you, Chair of disbursement. By the question is, question when you know when it is very clear, goodwill 29
guide. I want to again the guide has not been discussed.
Why did the ministry
order honorable member? Two, and if you are not asking, you go straight away and ask the three you have.
Chair, it's a constitutional right. Even in situations where you can sit and agree, why rush to the court? Because that way it will lose trust. I mean, people will agree. Who are admitted in September, they have been in after if we in the end.
Question to IPCCUF. You are
rightfully the due. Secondly, Wasu may have asked, chair, sorry, what we are dealing. And if we look at the PFM precedents in all our planning, why do we want to move into installments, yet this is a debt? This is not money the dons are going to work 50 to be totally, and treat this as a debt. We're saying you are sitting.
No, we'll start with the CS education. Yes, then we will. They have a meeting at 1:30 for the wall. Finish it. CS, very treasury, and then we go to education. Then we.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Chair, since I don't think I have much to address. Thank you, Chair. Chair, since that we have demonstrated, based on our we have offered, we will offer. We will.
So that we yourself the figure.
6 billion, pay 2.16. Now their balance six to make it 50% of the outstanding amount. Yes. This financial year. The next financial year, we will pending bill. It falls now. So if you have the ability to pay, there was no reason why we, as a 7th and position, finally to others, whether there is equity category of public, the agreement with teachers. I want to just be rates you to note representing that the government, and therefore I can 8 years city staff and the contribution they're making rents. In fact, on what to date, many things with him, and is continuing to reform the country. So I wouldn't really have any issue. I'm just pleading that our fist again, 50-50 is agreeable to the National Treasury.
Chair,
other members. I'll want you to interject once and then you leave.
Start with him.
Let's start with him. Yes.
Chair comes to salaries and so on. What is the difference? How much is the one going to salaries? And
that's okay. Yes.
Operate. Some go. And to be fair, this is a mess. More we need to be considered.
And I think this is out of experience on the actuals. The issue the CS has put in the CS on the actuals. The issue the CS has put in the CS that one is something that now they have come to. That one is something that now they have come to two. They have other members. You are not.
I respond that about 20% billion, and yes, my friend Gisario, I just wanted to also mention. Remember, and I'm Chair. I know I'm probably violating standing orders, but
I will not allow you to work in a debate.
Summit the money that we have. By the way, sometimes it is easier. Imagine that there's some money somewhere at the treasury that can easily be pulled. It's not that we are just collecting money and that thought is not passed to them. They don't consider that at all. Thank you, Chairman. And if you allow me.
Yes, I'll release you, CS. I want to release you because we are concerned. I hope you will be able, CS, you will be able to honor what you have told us. Thank you so much.
I want to say something.
Thank you, thank you. We now want to give also the ministry to respond. Then we come.
The offer by the government of 50-50. When this offer was made to us, I rejected to this offer, but there are members who have retired. They need their pension. 2027 financial year, we have, that is a 2.73 billion.
2.73 billion to mature in 2025.
2026, 2020 we made with the IPCCF that mortgage, car loan and mortgage was supposed to be factored. It is not possible.
They are not. It's a house of records.
We agree.
Much.
We agree.
Have you agreed
That we are going 2026, 2027.
Of 26, 27.
So 2026, 2027 financial year, we were going to factor for all university staff. Promotion, we have not agreed on the figure. So what we are saying, with 27, with honorable member, when I talked about reasonable offer, Honorable Maungu,
yes.
When I talked about reasonable offer, put in faces, what I meant there is the rent to be split. Organ house.
That is, you have answered your questions and promotion money and the rest. In 2026, to others, I wish list. It should actually be factual, and then we should have a figure. Yes, let's have the ministry and the
Honorable Maungu's SRC is my salaries. It's the 7.9 billion which had been paid between 20 by each university to treasury. Because when there's a letter, and that's why the verification confirmed that now we need to pay. Tying that to the ages,
I think
tying that to the ages. Sorry.
What's the issue?
I want to believe that the CS is taking us for a ride. Because
you are out of order, Honorable Taitumu.
Not
point of order. Give us the specific issues you want.
The specific issues he is talking about the advisory. And here, according to what was presented, there was the mathematics, there were formulas that were being followed to arrive to that figure.
So
it was not as the discretion of the SRC to dictate what they should take without a formula.
And I think you're talking the same. The question here, members, and I want us to agree, what they say to them, which and ask them. It is not even on the CS himself. It is on SRC. And that's why somebody raised a preliminary issue when we were starting.
Chair, so once reason budget says that as an amount programs, we have 26 programs, we have 26, 24,
27,
24,
27, 2026,
the 50% is not
crowding. Not
2026,
the 50% is not
crowding. Not make us give us unreasonable offer. For 20
good order from it wasn't ready. Once we now have it, that's why we are saying accept 50% now. The other 50% will factor it into the financial year 2026-2027. By Honorable Gisairo on the court order. Once we received the directive from the AG, it is not like we disobeyed it. We wanted to conclusion, and that is what this period within which we were trying to find out what is the actual figure so that we can pay that figure. Similarly, when the strike notice was issued and the employment court interdicted the strike, the unions were under, we do not obey on both sides. On both sides. So we are trying to obey that court order of paying 7.9 and to give that we will deliver. Thank you.
Thank you, CS. I think you, since you took up the helm of the education, you actually have shown commitment. Last CBA, you have honored. Now, we want to see how you'll honor it. There was an issue of disrespect to the advisory. Have you answered that?
I said we did not disrespect it.
Yes.
What So if somebody tells you you owe me 20,000 shillings, then at what cost the delay? We did not say we are not paying. We said the AG has said we pay 7.9. Then SRC says out of the 7.9, you've already paid 7.2. You understand where we got the challenge? And that really tied our hands because they are the constitutionally mandated to guide us with the formulas. So, but once we had the verification exercise together, and they came and confirmed now we made an error, the amount due is this, we said that as a ministry, how do we pay it? And we acted immediately. And the unions can confirm that we've not sat, we've not waited, we have not delayed. We have worked together overnight to ensure that this matter is resolved. We can't be faulted for delay, because when you rely on constitutional officers that are mandated to give you advice, you have to refer to them. It's just like if I said I'm going to pay 7.9 billion before I talk to Treasury. You understand? It's not possible. I have to refer the matter to Treasury for them to see from the parameters can we pay. And once we are agreed and we are consulting, then we say this we can do.
Thank you. You've handled it well. However, we'll discuss other matters. I want the Honorable Kororia to introduce himself. And then we go to the universities. There was something pending on how will you cover up the time if the unions are going to. Let's introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Elijah Njoroge Kororia, MP for Ogatono North Constituency, member of this committee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Questions to the universities?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair and Honorable members. The greatest interest and stakeholders in all the proceedings we are having are our university students. Honorable Chair, they have, as at today, missed 7 weeks of lectures not being taught because of this strike. What are we going to do with the students once agreed? That is why, Honorable Chair, we made a prayer to this Honorable Committee. And one Honorable Member prayed that we come out with a solution. And as we leave this chamber, the students can be sure that tomorrow they will be receiving lectures. What happens once the parties have agreed and our partners, the unions, have called off the strike? Then university senates will meet. Every university has a university senate, and each university will look at how much has been lost and come up with a formula on how to address the lost time. This formula may include stretching the semester to go longer than when they were to complete the semester. They may be, in some cases, be able to do a makeup, but now 7 weeks is a big challenge on how you can make up 50% of the semester. But the individual university senates, once we agree and the strike is called off, they have always worked, met, and each one of them, together with the student leaders, come up with a proper formula on how to mitigate the lost time. Thank you, Chair. So it's not something we can say this is what will be done now, but we can assure this Honorable House that the university senates will be able to meet with all leaders and student leaders and come up with an having
that okay. Thank you, members. That okay. Thank you, members. We need to come back, and I think in our preliminaries, Honorable. We need to come back, and I think in our preliminaries, Honorable McLeod talked of prayers and going into a room. This is a room where we are in Honorable SG and the unions. This meeting is actually going to be a meeting where parents, students, and the Kenyans are watching us. The issue of contention is 7.9. We have agreed. Government is saying you are paying 7.9. The unions know that 7.9 will be paid. The issue is on how. The government has given in on the 3-phase to 2-phase. The issue raised by the SG on behalf of the other unions was, if it is pushed to 2026, it will be overcrowded. It will actually put pressure on government not to honor the other promises. The CS National Treasury and the CS Basic Education has agreed that they are not under any pressure. They will they will meet all the obligations of 2.76. Even other commitments will come by, they'll be able to honor them. So if that is the case, if that was the fears of the union, don't you think, therefore, if they have given you 3.85 billion, and they're agreeing to finish it in the next phase, and they are not under any pressure, and for the sake of our children, the country, and all of us, that we actually come to an amicable solution, and you go now to write a return to work formula because you cannot write here. Yes.
I think just before you conclude,
Yes.
if that proposal was to be accepted, the difference between the first payment and the second payment is slightly over 6 months. Because once we agree, we pay probably at the end of this month or in December, then the next payment is the financial year 26-27. That difference is not very many days, bearing in mind that this is something that has been outstanding between 2017 2021, when none of us.
Yes, I want you to know that the government is in perpetuity. So you are there.
But
what
was
there?
What about the students?
No,
the students that we have who are suffering should be used to mitigate this fact. As we have said, we will resolve these issues. And I agree with the SG that once we resolve this matter, we do not want to go for another strike until 2030 plus. Because we want to resolve all these issues once and for all, put them down, and we deal with them, not trying to push them under the carpet. So we are determined. And that's why we are saying the best solution is accept 50% now, go back to class, the students continue, as we resolve any other, the 2025, 2029, once we agreed, we factor it in, we move on. Universities that are on strike. We are fancy, where some students will complete when they entered at the same time, and others will not. Despite the
goodwill, I want you not to squander the goodwill of which one is on strike. The owner of the strikers are here.
Sure.
He will tell you everybody's on strike.
Sure.
But members, I want us to move to divide ourselves.
Yes,
We start with Honorable Haro, and then Honorable Psairo, Maklap, and then
Thank you, Chair.
the rest.
But that one is not cast on stone. We can still reconvene the structure given the new realities we have, because now even Parliament is involved, and we are sending this plea to the Union for the sake of our parents, for the sake of our children, for the Union. You've got what you want. Let us just tie the bits now towards the finish line. Thank you.
I think you have achieved the most. You have tried a lot. For the 3 years we've been here in this Parliament, the SG has achieved tremendously for its members. He's one of the...
Chair.
Yes.
Mine will go to the CS and IPUCCF. Chair, this is the second time as a committee we are sitting here trying to arbitrate the warring groups. And in all these cases, the unions had the correct figure. Are we saying that the ministry and IPUCCF has people heading those sectors that are supposed to advise the CS being incompetent, and therefore the CS should crack the whip? Because it is embarrassing that every time we sit here, the minister is wrong and the unions are right. This won't stop us sitting here again to arbitrate the 2025, 2020, is it 2030? 2029, because the same staffers are going to mislead the CS. So CS, the next strike will not be in 2030. It will be before that, as long as you maintain those people.
Honorable, but I don't want you also to be a pessimist. Honorable CS, yeah. And complete.
Thank you, Chairman. I want to state from the onset, from the time, Chairman, I want to state from the onset, from the time Wasonga that lecturers that Wasonga, consequence of Kenya, and council represent until 10 billion remain, and go to school, and we are peace until 10 billion remain, and go to school, and we are peace in our country.
You have made your point. Members, it is now 2.
And it will be trained to have it. We shall factor this amount of money. We shall factor this amount of money
And in February, when the BPS is coming before us, we shall factor the remaining to close these matters.
That as a very honest presentation.
So, but I want to tell you, but I want to tell you, the leader that you have fought and you have won at the core of the strike. Thank you.
Thank you. Others advise, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you. Others advise, bro.
Thank you. Because we have also reaching them to one SG versus two, like they are losing. Thank you, Chair.
It's, on their behalf, Kudeya and
Should those of you at next and
traitors. Yes, yes. I want to give the CS first of traitors. Yes, yes. I want to give the CS first of all. Others of university said by the appreciate render any service to you. Of us we think so. That's I know
has been a very good meeting.
Render any service to you. Of us we think so. That's I know has been a very good. So that's I know
has been a very good meeting, and the facts have come out. That we acted, but after we finished, so that we acted, but after we finished, so that we learn from it, so that we do not repeat the same mistakes that perhaps has been made, and we get to understand that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, members. And so one of the and we are by trade for arrests.
the money.
It is immediate. No, that's not
Immediate.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's
And
okay.
we are not going to write on or before.
Yes, yes.
Immediately. Immediately.
Chair.
I think it was a
Chair. As we speak, we've not agreed on the three. As we speak, we've not agreed on the 3.8. We've not agreed on the 3.85. And the professor outside was this that now for it is signed. So you see
about this 2 to 3. If you can,
can't keep Article 223 as a Article 223 as a country.
Yes, to be followed. But when we talk about now, it is we are to be followed. But when we talk about now, it is we are talking about this. What do you call it? Talking about this. What do you call it? The if you can. We don't want to run your. If you can. We don't want to run your. You know, in government, we know talking about this. In government, we know talking about this. Article 2 to 3 integrities. We don't want to run your ministry.
Says I can't keep. You hear me?
And you know, in government, we know there are procedures. There are procedures.
We humbly request the CS kindly.
Yes, yeah. Let's hear from
Riding on what the CS already communicated, that there is a way the three right to meet here. Commitment is you look at the commitment on web budget, so and it shall be prioritized. I think that's the. But we should.
Now you are making things worse. You are